In this WrestleTalk news, AEW beat WWE SmackDown in a really specific metric, Karrion, Kross and Alexa Bliss getting new gimmicks, and my review of last night's Raw. Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos, and because on Friday, I'll finally have my Judas by Fozzy music video punishment for you all.
Support WrestleTalk!
Last Friday, an AEW show went up against a main WWE roster program for the first time in history, with SmackDown being extended by 30 minutes to eat into Rampage. In the build, AEW President Tony Khan and WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns cut shoot promos on their opposite companies. Then out came the Fast Nationals. Fast Nationals, title of your WWE vs AEW Supercard show. A crude snapshot of the overnight viewing figures on Saturday. SmackDown's audience of 793,000 beat Rampage's 549. But just like Hangman Page's entrance music hitting last minute to save the Dark Order, PW Torch revealed the true viewing figures last night to be actually still having SmackDown beating Rampage even more, with 866,000 to Rampage's 578. This is going to sound like AEW propaganda to some, but the truth is the TV industry actually prioritizes a smaller number within that number, just like the slightly smaller roof just below the main roof that saved Rey Mysterio at Money in the Bank 2020. The key 18 to 49 demographic, which is what TV stations make the most money on. And that figure has saved AEW's babyface, because AEW and WWE actually tied the viewership share in that metric. And when you factor in for just males aged 18 to 49, Rampage beat SmackDown. Fascinatingly, in the 30 minutes of TV where SmackDown and Rampage went head-to-head in direct competition, AEW won comfortably with a 15% margin in the 18 to 49 demo, with 328,000 viewers choosing to watch Rampage's opening half hour of CM Punk vs Matt Sydal and Ruby Soho vs The Bunny over the 285,000 viewers that chose the commercial-free Lesnar vs Reigns confrontation last 30 minutes of SmackDown. Tony Khan appears to have had an energy drink too many to celebrate this, as he's been running around Twitter like Ultimate Warrior cutting victory promos. Let's go, Wade! I guess that's why those numbers didn't leak over the weekend. Let's go, AEW fans, wrestlers, staff, everyone! Let's effing go, AEW! I'm replying to sports reporter Darren Ravel, who had tweeted on Saturday that WWE got a big victory over AEW. You. Didn't actually say that, he said, here's a story nobody leaked to over the weekend, but I'll give you right now, dog. AEW got a big victory over WWE after WWE aggressively extended their Friday show 30 minutes and loaded it up head-to-head 10 to 10:30 versus Rampage, with AEW Rampage winning 328,000 to 285,000, plus 15% margin. There are arguments that the wrestling press is rather getting carried away with the number specifics, and maybe we are. Like I said yesterday, when you get deep enough into stats, you can kind of make them say whatever your ideology wants them to benefit AEW or WWE. Raw and SmackDown still have far more overall viewership. AEW Rampage has been declining significantly since its launch. It's only within this one ratings demographic. It was a special circumstance with SmackDown being bumped off Fox to FS1. That's all true. But it's also true, as Wrestling Inc.'s Raj Giri pointed out, this is the first time a wrestling show has beaten WWE head-to-head on cable since 1998. And it's not just a numbers circle jerk confined to me, Dave Meltzer and David Bixenspan. As WrestleVote has revealed, the ratings news is a hot topic, hot being capitalized backstage in WWE and last night's Raw. Will we look back on the Friday Night War as the start of a tide turning in AEW's favor, or is it just TNA all over again? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be replying to people for the first 30 minutes after this video goes live. From out of nowhere. I know what'll fix it. Give Karrion Kross a new strap-on. After a stellar debut run on the main roster, WrestleVote is reporting. Source states WWE is shifting Karrion Kross's character once again. Plan is for him to be more of a psycho, yet still calm and cool. As of now, the helmet stays. but for whatever reason, still no Scarlett. Presentation of entrants including theme music set to change as well. And Kross isn't the only one with a potential gimmick change, as Alexa Bliss might have teased reverting back to her old pre-Fiend character, tweeting a gif of her transforming from emo Bliss to her non-supernatural persona. Bliss was last seen in WWE cradling her Lily doll that Charlotte had ripped apart and attempting to foam at the mouth. She is currently taking time off for sinus surgery, and she is undrafted to either Raw or SmackDown. Speaking of, it's time for my review of last night's Raw. In about 5 minutes, I've not got a watch on. Charlotte Flair cut a promo to open the show, moaning about having to face Bianca Belair for her title and that she wasn't getting a farewell ceremony for going to SmackDown. This brought out Belair to interrupt, so Charlotte launched a surprise attack. Just let her remove her heels first. Now, surprise attack! Which Bianca had plenty of time to prepare for and counter into a KOD before Flair escaped. Xavier Woods told the Crab Kevin Patrick he's one step closer to achieving his dreams. The commentary put over how winning King of the Ring has been Woods' lifelong goal. So I fully expected Jinder Mahal's dormant super push to wake up and crush us all next. Thankfully, that didn't happen, and they used all that fear of the Jinder super push to great near-fall effect. Woods won and posed with the scepter and cape afterwards. He came out to watch Finn Balor beat Mace later on, and the two had a tense stare down. Either guy could win, making the King of the Ring finals one of my most anticipated matches for Crown Jewel in Mansoor's hometown. A little bit further down the anticipation scale, however, is the Queen's Crown Finals. Paying off an almost 3-week feud, WWE's equivalent of War and Peace, Doudrop beat Shayna Baszler in the semi-finals. Sadly, the in-ring time for any of these matches is the opposite of War and Peace. It's actually more like the very hungry caterpillar, as Doudrop leant back on Baszler's Kirifuda clutch, pinning Shayna's shoulders to the mat in a finish that makes Baszler look dumber the more it happens in about 2 minutes. Doudrop will now face Zelina Vega in a baggy t-shirt match at Crown Jewel, which I'm sure will be a 25-minute plus classic in Mansoor's hometown. Austin Theory thought he had accepted a match against R-Truth after shouting at some 24/7 title shenanigans, but Truth revealed it was actually a match accepted for his friend Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I'm afraid that's legally binding, Austin. Theory got another win over Hardy, complete with selfie, but Jeff stood tall at the end. Big E and Drew McIntyre tagged again despite definitely not coexisting last week. How will they coexist? Again. Actually really well, barely an inconvenience. They helped each other. They tagged each other in with respect, and they won. They totally coexisted. Then they had a tense handshake afterwards for the go-home angle, built into their match at Crown Jewel in Mansoor's hometown. Mansoor beat the man who beat his former tag partner Ali last week, Cedric Alexander. Sucks for the Hurt Business. Ali came out to say he's going to wipe the smile off Mansoor's face at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. Mansoor cut a really fiery promo back, ending with a line in Arabic. Boo! I mean, yay. Sorry, he's a babyface. I'm just too used to the racial heel stereotype. Bobby Lashley Zoom called Goldberg, who still wants to kill him. RK Bro really wanted the smoke in a fun match against the Street Profits. Now, I'm not up to date on my drug references, but I'm pretty sure they're talking about meth. It was fun watching Riddle and Orton have a tag match where they can wrestle both of their opponents, so of course it got ruined when AJ Styles and Omos caused the DQ, including Omos's roundhouse kick, which might be one of the worst delivered finishing moves in the company. And the main event saw Charlotte take on Belair for the Raw Women's title. There was a lot of intrigue here. Flair is on her way to SmackDown, and she needs to increase them title reigns now NXT was never ever a thing. There was a real possibility Belair could win. And just like Sasha and Becky on Friday night, Charlotte and Bianca had a terrifically intense match, with Flair busting her mouth open and Belair easily taking half the match. But after 20 minutes, WWE undid all that good work with a lame DQ when Charlotte hit Belair with a chair. Bianca stood tall in the end, but the finish made it all feel rather pointless, and with the seemingly inevitable switching of Becky and Flair's titles, it's like nothing means anything in this company. What did you think of Raw? Let me know in the comments. 84% of you have gone for Xavier Woods actually beat Jinder. It's happening! The in-ring action was good when it got time, and Woods winning was a nice surprise that WWE can do fan-servicing storylines. But the women's division booking soured the show yet again, with the frustrating DQ finish in the main event and an utterly throwaway Queen's Crown tournament. This week's Raw is 2 out of 5. Remember to subscribe to the WrestleTalk podcast for mine and Tempest's Raw review today, and mine and Adam Blampier's Crown Jewel live reactions on Thursday, complete with the Mod Mother shaving her hair for charity. In this WrestleTalk news, more shots fired in WWE vs AEW, Braun Strowman's Impact talks, Crown Jewel spoilers and more.